the leadership of the Ghana Football Association, members of the media, invited guests, chief executive officers of Premier League clubs, representatives of Premier League clubs, Division 1 clubs, and Women's Premier League clubs, partners, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning. It is with a great pleasure that I welcome you to this landmark event, one that marks a bold new chapter in Ghanaian football broadcasting and fan engagement. Today we are gathered not only to celebrate a significant partnership, but to witness the beginning of a transformative journey for the Ghana Premier League, a journey that promises to redefine how we experience local game on screen, in the stands, and in the hearts of millions. This is more than a collaboration. It is a commitment to elevate the standard of football production in Ghana to a level that rivals the best in the world. A commitment to delivering rich, exciting, high-quality football content that tells the full story of our game, from the pitch to the locker room, to the streets where the passion lives. Over the course of this event, you will get a first look at the vision behind this new era of football coverage. From match day broadcast to fan engagement, profiles of your high and favorite players, and exclusive behind the scenes, and the best of content you can think of. What lies ahead is exciting, ambitious, and proudly Ghanaian. So thank you for joining us as we usher in this new era together. On behalf of the Ghana Football Association and our soon-to-be-announced strategic partner, I say a big welcome to all of you, and thanks so much for joining us this morning. My name is Henry Asantichu, the Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, and I'll be your anchor throughout this period. Just sit back, relax, as we begin the program. At this juncture, I'll call on the Ghana Supporters Union to give us an interlude. Over to you. Thank you very much. That was a powerful interlude from the Ghana Supporters Union, the ever-present, the ever-reliable, the indefatigable Apirugu Chakapama at the helm. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we proceed? Over the years, football has been played in Ghana, from the amateur level to the professional level in Ghana. In the 90s, professional football was introduced, and the likes of Obuasi Goldfields, now Ashanti Gold, dominated, with Heart Suffolk kicking in and Asante Kroko taking over in between. In recent times, we have produced champions from different parts of the country. Specifically, Western region have been dominant in the last 4 years, with the likes of Midiema, Bibiani Gold Stars also making history. Today, we are on a new course, and indeed, we are charting a new path for broadcasting of matches in the Ghana Premier League. It did not come easy. We used to have one game on television, moved to 3, moved to 4, and at the end of this engagement, we shall know the details of this particular partnership regarding broadcasting of the Ghana Premier League. Please join me as we go memory lane to take Ghana Premier League over the years. But before then, let me say that we have been joined by the president of the Ghana Football Association and the second vice president of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, President Kurt Edwin Simeon Okraku. Shall we please acknowledge him? We have also been joined by the vice president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. McAddo. We also have in our midst the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams. We have herein present the majority leader in Parliament, and anytime I introduce him, it takes me back to 2015, indeed, when he led Ghana as a Minister of Sports to the final of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations in Equatorial Guinea. I'm sorry for reminding you of that painful loss to Ivory Coast in the penalty shootout. But in recent times, we've had one of our best outings as far as that performance is concerned in the history of the Africa Cup of Nations. Please join me as we welcome the Honorable Mahama Ayariga. And then we have our special guest here with us, a business mogul, and indeed an outstanding politician. He served in different capacities, was once the Minister for Greater Accra Region, Minister for the Eastern Region. He served as the Chief Executive Officer for the Ghana Tourism Authority in time past. Great man. I worked under him for 1 year back in 2014. So I kind of have a relationship with him, but today he is serving his second term as Ghana's Chief of Staff. Please, let's put our hands together as we welcome Honorable Julius Debra. We have members of the Executive Council here in present. I'll introduce them as we go along. Our protocol observed, please. We now proceed. And I was talking about what we have done as a nation as regards our football since we began back in 1957 after independence. Football was played on the coast of Ghana in Cape Coast. Later, it extended to Accra, and the likes of Engelbert, Heart Suffolk were formed. And today, we are celebrating the fruits of that particular foundation. At this point, let's go over the memory lane, and let's go down memory lane and take the Ghana Premier League over the years.
cornerstone of Ghanaian football. However, like many leagues around the world,
Now Yeboah with a chance!
in 2013, SuperSport from South Africa secured broadcasting rights, airing matches on DSTV and GoTV. Later, in November 2016, Chinese broadcaster Star Times became the official television partner, a partnership that ran until the end of the 2023-2024 season. For the 2024-25 season, AFA Sports has taken over production duties, ushering in a new era of coverage for the league. Today, we are proud to unveil our next production partner. This is ours. Let's support and celebrate what we have. The Ghana Premier League is back. Let's cherish our own.
This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again. This is our own.
All right, so that was a piece on the Ghana Premier League over the years, and in the 2024-2025 season, we have a new story to tell. At this point, I will call on the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, to give us a brief.
Thank you very much, Henry. I'll stand on the existing protocols established and to stand on those permissions to proceed so that we catch up on some time. So we've seen where we've come from the 27th of July 1948, when Ghana became affiliated to FIFA in London at the 31st Congress of FIFA in London, where we were ratified as a footballing nation. We've come a long way, and we've seen our league has also come a long way. That is where we are today, but we believe in continuous improvement, innovation, development, and progress, and so we must forge on progressively. Going forward, we are taking new steps, and on this new path, we are forming a joint venture, and to use this joint venture vehicle to then advance our production, marketing, and indeed our we watch our league. I'm proud to announce that the Ghana Football Association has formed a partnership with Adesa Production Limited, and this partnership will be the new vehicle through which we will produce, market, and enhance our Premier League, the Ghana Premier League. So this new vehicle is called the Ghana Premiership Football Company Limited. Through this company, we will have enhanced benefit for clubs in the league, our overhead burden, which is the huge cost. That's why I'm in white today, because there's a huge cost that comes with the management of the league. And so once you get a partner or a partnership that will take some of this burden away, I must be in white. Indeed, production, we have quality production, and then our broadcast material too will be on all platforms. I'm sure by the time we leave here, you'll get more information on this particular quality production I'm talking about. Again, this partnership will provide us with the right market mix in terms of getting corporate and state institution partnerships that would drive the Premier League to another level. Indeed, the vehicle will aggressively pursue the commercialization of the league and ensure that the benefit thereof will not only benefit the clubs in the league, the FA, but also extend to other products of the FA and indeed the national teams. So we are envisaging that this partnership will be able to support the junior national teams as well. So on this note, I'd like to once again mention that the Ghana Football Association is in partnership with Adesa Production Limited, forming a new vehicle to ensure that we produce, we manage, and we market the Ghana Premier League to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Secretary. Let me acknowledge some distinguished guests here. We have members of the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association. Nana Safu Odro, please give us a wave. Executive Council member. Kingsley Osei Bonsu, another Executive Council member. Samuel Abuabiri, Executive Council member. Eugene Nobel Noel, I can see you. We have chairman of the various regional football associations. I can see the Upper East Regional Football Association chairman, Alhaji Salifu Zida. The Bronga Hafo Regional Football Association chairman, Dr. Anto. The Volta Regional Football Association chairman, Mr. Agboga Daniel. Simon Ehuma represents the Western region as their chairman. Chairman of the Ghana League Clubs Association, Gauka, Mr. John Ansan is also here. Chairman of the Eastern Regional Football Association, Mr. My own region anyway, I have to be careful. Linford Asamoah is also here. And then we have chairman of the Central Regional Football Association, Robert Duncan, also present. Ladies and gentlemen, we've also been joined by chief executive officers, managing directors, and director generals of the various football clubs, from the Premier League level to the Women's Premier League level. And I must say that our former captain, a man under whose leadership Ghana qualified for our first World Cup in 2006, started from the streets of Choko, later to Mamprobi to play for Mighty Victory, and then to Hearts of Oak, won the World Cup with the Black Starlets in 1995, and later became the captain of the Black Stars. In 2000, he got the chance to play for the Black Stars when we co-hosted the Africa Cup of Nations with Nigeria. Unfortunately, injuries did not allow him to continue his international football career, but he came back in 2006 to play for the Black Stars again. We exited at the group stage in Egypt, and then, under his leadership, we played at the World Cup in Germany. And Ghana became the only African country to make it to the second round of that championship. Celebrated across the globe, one of the best footballers to come from Ghana. Let's put our hands together to welcome Stephen Tornado Appiah. At club level, I only mentioned the local ones. I did not mention the foreign ones. So from Udinese to Brescia to Parma to Juventus to Fenerbahce to Vojvodina in Serbia, among others. Stephen, we salute you. Shall we proceed? I have seen my senior colleague, Fifi Banson. Greetings. Good to see you. And then also I left out Frederick Achampon, Executive Council member. Fred, please give us a wave. Shall we proceed at this point? We will have a video of Apefa Infojo throwing more light on this partnership.
In the heartbeat of Ghana's creative capital lies a name synonymous with innovation, excellence, and storytelling. At Disa Productions Limited. For nearly 2 decades, we've redefined what's possible in television production. To music, from talent to strength, we don't just produce shows, we create moments that move a nation. We are the minds behind Ghana's most iconic reality formats, Ghana's most beautiful, mentor Ghana's strongest, talented kids, shows that have shaped dreams, built legends, and told Ghana's most inspiring stories. We're more than just television producers. We are visual architects, crafting compelling documentaries, unforgettable commercials, and world-class event coverage. At APA, creativity flows through young, vibrant minds. Passion drives us, precision defines us, and innovation fuels everything we do. And now we're setting the standard for sports production with the Ghana Premier League. We bring the energy of the pitch to every screen with quality that rivals the world's best.
Ablo has the ball and does the open goal for Asante Kotoko.
With over 30 productions produced in a year and a legacy of excellence, Disa Productions is not just Ghana's leading production house. We are the future of African content creation.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow collaborators and guests, it is both an honor and a tremendous privilege to be representing Disa Productions Limited, your partner in telling Ghana's football story. Today's lunch is not merely an announcement of a partnership between Disa Productions Limited and the Ghana Football Association. It's the unveiling of a new standard for how Ghanaian football will be seen, heard and experienced. At Disa Productions, we believe content is currency, and when you produce world-class content, you unlock opportunities not only for entertainment, but for national transformation. The Ghana Premier League has long been home to passionate players, fierce rivalries, and unforgettable moments. What has often been missing is the quality of production that allows the passion to translate to global audiences. This is where we come in. We are deploying state-of-the-art multi-camera setups across selected stadia to capture every moment from every angle, goals, tackles, crowd reactions, and on-pitch drama in stunning clarity. Each match will feature high-definition broadcast quality, dynamic live commentary, real-time match analytics, and instant replays to elevate the viewing experience to international standards. Beyond the live games, our technical strategy includes layered content creation around each match. We will produce pre-match build-ups, in-depth post-match analysis, exclusive player profiles, tactical breakdowns, fan zone engagement, and human interest stories that highlights the spirit of Ghanaian football. With an initial rollout of 3 live matches each weekend set to progressively increase, our team of experienced producers, directors, technical engineers, and creatives will be strategically deployed across the country to ensure consistent high-quality delivery from all venues. Every single match of the Ghana Premier League will also be covered and packaged for dedicated highlight shows, ensuring that no goal, tackle, or turning point goes unnoticed. Our mobile production units, satellite uplinks, and on-ground technical crew are fully equipped and ready to go live from every corner of the nation. This commitment is not aspirational, it's already being implemented. Over the past months, we've invested heavily training our crew, acquiring top-tier equipment, and developing media strategies to boost viewer engagement both in Ghana and beyond. The truth is, football is no longer a game. It's a content powerhouse, and Ghana is ready to take its seat at the table. For football lovers like us, we have witnessed many stunning goals and performances. Some have gone viral, others have gone practically unnoticed and uncaptured. As a witness to some of these moments, I can say with certainty that Ghanaian football has never lacked brilliance. What it lacked was a spotlight. Today's partnership changes that. Today, we are turning that spotlight on permanently. By producing compelling content, we are not only increasing fan engagement, we are opening the door for advertisers, investors, and fans around the world to fall in love with our league. We thank the GFA for their bold vision, the Ministry for their backing, and the Office of the President for their strong commitment to sports, which has led to the development of a historic agreement that will showcase the power of football content. At Adisa Productions, we are not just covering the game, we are telling the full story of Ghana football. The passion, the rivalries, the fans, the setbacks, and the glory. We are proud to partner with the Ghana Football Association to usher in a new era of football coverage, one that is proudly Ghanaian, boldly innovative, and globally competitive. Let's create magic together.
Adisa Productions Limited, creating world-class content made in Ghana.
So that was detailed information from Apefa Infojo. She is the GM for Adisa Productions Limited. She's actually here with us. Shall we please acknowledge her? Thank you very much. We've been joined by the Chief Director of the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, Madame Wahomina Asamoah. Is she here? Thank you. Well, early on, I was talking about one legend, and I left out another special legend. I think that in the 90s, he actually happens to be one of those players who fought hard, represented Ghana at the national level, also at club level, later got the chance to play abroad, but his career was cut short because of injuries. From Techiman to Accra and to Senegal. In 1992, he was in Ghana's court for the 1992 Africa Cup of Nations in Senegal, a tournament the Black Stars finished behind Côte d'Ivoire. Emmanuel Ama, Senegal. Shall we proceed? Please join me upstage. President of the Ghana Football Association, please come upstage. Honorable Minister for Sports and Recreation, please come upstage. And then Apefa, please come upstage. Apefa, the General Manager for Adisa Productions Limited, come upstage. Well, this is a special moment. She has to be in the middle. Yeah, perfect arrangement. It's a special moment, and the Honorable Minister is representing the sports fraternity at large. Apefa is representing our new partner, Adisa Productions Limited. And President Ket Okraku is representing the football fraternity. You heard the General Secretary a while ago telling us about the partnership, and I think after this, we will hear from the Honorable Sports and Recreation Minister. We shall also hear from the FA President, as well as our special guest, Honorable Julius Debra. But this standing here is quite simple, but very, very significant. This is call to action and call to order. We are definitely going to call our partnership to action. The ministry has a role to play. Apefa and her team also have a role to play. And our second CAF Vice President and President of the FA also has a role to play. So at this point, Apefa, you have a message?
I'm a woman of few words. I usually want my word to speak. For this launch, I would ask the minister to humbly launch it for us.
Well, because we want few words, we will let the one with few words do the launch. Because we want few words.
Okay, I can't pass here. So officially, we launched the partnership between APL and the GFA.
Let's put our hands together. So ladies and gentlemen, that partnership that has to do with production of matches in the Ghana Premier League officially launched. Officially launched. Apefa, please take your seat. Honorable Minister, please take your seat. Mr. President, stay back, please. Don't sit down. Please stay back. I ask you to stay because I want to hand over the microphones to you. So if you want to hire a lawyer, you can do that in another way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we welcome the second Vice President of CAF and President of the Ghana Football Association, Ket Edwin Simeon Okraku.
One more time. I didn't hear your voice. Chief of Staff of our Republic, the Majority Leader, Honorable Minister for our sector, Vice President of the Football Association, my ESCO members here in present, distinguished guests, partners from the private sector here in present, my CEOs, GMs representing our 18 Premier League clubs, my clubs from the Division 1 League here in present, Women Premier League clubs being represented here by their CEOs and GMs, my brothers and sisters from the media, the ever present, ever supportive Ghana Supporters Union, following all the laid down protocols, in case I didn't mention your name, my RFA chairman, I would have been dead today. It is indeed an incredible honor to stand before you today as we usher in what we all believe will be remembered as a defining chapter in the history of the Ghanaian game. One anchored in sustainability, innovation, and partnership. For many years, we have celebrated the talent, the passion, the skill, and sheer resilience of our footballers, who are well represented here by our two notable legends, ex-captain Stephen Tonado Apia and Emmanuel Ama Senegal. Indeed, from the dusty pitches in Nima and Bolgatanga to the bright lights of the Accra and the Babaya Sports Stadium, the heart of Ghanaian football has always been people, the players, the fans, the coaches, the communities that breathe life into the sport, and the young men we say every day gathering together for a game of football in open space areas. For many years, we have been confronted with real challenges: financial instability, poor infrastructure, and our inability to retain or attract talents. Chief of Staff, in summary, the passion we have all for football has not been matched with systems and support needed to allow our clubs to thrive. We have quite honestly relied on an outdated model, one where the Ghana Football Association distributes modest funds, and the clubs are expected to make do, find their way, and sometimes struggle to finish the line. That model ends today. That model ends today. Today, we are here unveiling a new framework, a new business model, a new vision. We are rolling out a process that places premium on what our players want and what you need. For the first time, we are building a structure where our game does not only entertain, but also pays for itself, sustains the clubs, and builds wealth for all our stakeholders. Hashtag igniting passion and creating wealth for all. What does this mean? It means our matches will no longer be games. There will be high-value content capable of being marketed, broadcast, and monetized to support the long growth of our clubs. Through this initiative and in partnership with Adisa Productions Limited, the private sector, and with the full backing of the current government, we aim to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. I didn't see my clubs clapping. I said, I didn't see my clubs. As part of our new approach, and through this unique partnership with Adisa Productions, each one of our GPL clubs will, before the start of the league season, receive the amount of 1 million Ghana cedis each. Please, some silence. Where are my clubs? Okay. So, I will repeat what I said in case Eyo Dayeson. I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you would receive 1 million Ghana cedis. And this will be made possible through the new partnership. This will be our minimum payment for each of our GPL clubs under this new model. So what that means is that this will be the minimum. This is not a grant. This is not a number. It is the firm commitment by the Football Association, by Adisa Productions, and by the government, represented here by our Chief of Staff, to ensure that Ghana football becomes what it's supposed to be. Can we clap for the party, please? Lawyer Barbados, I can see you smiling. Indeed, it is an investment. It is a commitment to club transformation. It is a commitment in visibility. And it is a commitment in the business of football. It is the difference between delayed salaries and timely payments. It is a game-changing moment for our football. Furthermore, here is something we are very excited about. We are working on a price structure that rewards every club based on your league position at the end of the season, and not just the champions. Whether you place first or you are 18th at the end of the league season, your effort, your performance, your participation will yield financial benefit. For every game will now matter in our JPL. Every position will count. Igniting passion, creating wealth for all of you. Indeed, this new model brings meaning to every JPL game. It keeps the competitive spirit alive throughout the season. This is a system rooted in merit, but also in equity. What we have done is, we are no longer asking clubs to simply survive. We are creating an environment where you can compete, where you can grow, and where each one of you can flourish. One where clubs can not only rely or retain their best players, but even attract new ones from beyond our borders. The talent of Ghanaian players is indeed undisputed. Why should Ghanaian footballers have to leave to be appreciated? Why? When we can make this league a destination in itself. Now is the time. It is now or never. We may not be able to match the multi-million-dollar deals offered by external clubs, but we can make our clubs so attractive that our players will face a difficult decision when faced with the prospect of leaving Ghana. As many of you know, I have been hands-on, visiting the regions and our clubs to know you and to know your challenges, so we can direct our efforts to where your needs are greatest. I know that many times some face unimaginable choices. For example, whether to buy new shoes for the team or saving some to rent a comfortable bus for our games. That is the reality for many of our clubs in the JPL. But today, we take a stand to say never again, no more. We are changing that narrative through this partnership today. We have listened to your concerns, and this initiative is our direct response to those voices that have been crying out for that change through the kind courtesy of the government and Adesa Productions and your own Ghana Football Association. I think that we have been waiting for this moment, but this moment is here with us. We are pursuing this bold partnership strategy, and indeed, it is one that brings government, private investors, and production professionals to collectively support our game. I am excited not only about our today, but about our collective tomorrow. We have come this far because of the belief and trust we have found in our new partner, Adesa Productions, because of the avowed commitment, energy, and passion of our new sector minister, because of the vision, the energy, the push that we have received from the majority leader in Parliament, Honorable Ayariga. Thank you. Can we give to this gentleman, please? Meso, meso me frewa, meso. One more time. Meso, meso me frewa, meso. The last thank you, Chief of Staff. On behalf of my clubs, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your avowed commitment to support the promotion and development of the Ghanaian game, football. Yadawase. I said thank you, Banamibwa. I said the last thank you, Banamibwa. Another thank you to my clubs. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for believing in the leadership. Thank you for trusting that together we can build the Ghanaian game. Akbe. I will not leave this podium without saying thank you to my ESCO, my board, Madam Wasi. For all the support and for accepting this new way. Because usually, change is not acceptable. Change is difficult. But they've opened up, they have listened, they have supported, and today we are here. Thank you. To everybody who's believed in my leadership and in the leadership of the FA, my staff, led by the General Secretary, and everybody, thank you. Now, my last thank you goes to the father of our country, President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President, wherever you are, we say Mungodi, Nagodi. You promised to support football. Today, perhaps, gives weight to that promised support. We are grateful for delivering on your promise, and we are grateful for your avowed commitment to support my leadership, the leadership of the FA, all the way. You believe in using football to bring happiness to Ghanaians, and you are showing that leadership through this joint venture. Mungodi. Okay. So, on that note, the hour is here. The time is now. It is time to change. We're inviting corporate Ghana to come on board to support this venture. Football is the best vehicle you can ever dream about. When football is done well, our lives are well, and we live well. And we need every resources to develop the game from the woods of Ghana to give life and livelihood to young boys and girls who would not normally have such amazing opportunities. On that note, right from the bottom of my heart, I thank all of you for coming. May the Almighty God bless us and keep us safely on this new pathway. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Please, let's put our hands together once more time. So now we know the details regarding this partnership. Let me acknowledge the presence of former Ghanaian international who played 78 games for the Black Stars during a 12-year period as a national team player. We've been joined by Emmanuel Ajiman-Bedu. We've also been joined by another hero and a giant of the game, played for Upper West Heroes, later to Kumasi Asante in Portugal, and later he played for the Black Stars. We've been joined by former Kotoko head coach, Maxwell Kunedu. Thank you so much. We have to proceed at this point. Let me acknowledge the presence of lawyer Agbesi Jakpasu, former chairman of the Appeals Committee of the Ghana Football Association. Next speaker, when the president was delivering his speech, he said that he played a pivotal role in arriving at this destination, but it is good to hear from the horse's own mouth. Join me as we welcome the majority leader in Parliament, Honorable Mahama Ayariga.
Thank you very much. The Chief of Staff, Honorable Ministers, especially Honorable Minister for Sports and Recreation. I always struggle because in my days it was youth and sports. Now it has been changed to sports and recreation. So I always write youth, and then I cancel the youth, and then I leave the sports because I'm so used to writing it as youth and sports. Members of Parliament present here, distinguished guests, partners, members of the football fraternity, the president of the FA, the leadership of the various league teams present, fans, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. I'm here to lend my voice and my full support to this remarkable initiative and offer my heartfelt solidarity with this bold initiative to transform football in Ghana. As a nation, football has always united us. It transcends tribe, politics, and age. It speaks the language of passion and hope. But beyond the passion, we must also now begin to see football as an economic asset that can create jobs, build infrastructure, and drive national pride. The new model being introduced, which links production, private sector partnerships, and club development, is an initiative Parliament is proud to support. It aligns with our national aspirations and reflects a commitment to innovation, accountability, and inclusivity. Football in Ghana has always been more than just a sport. It is part of our culture, our pride, and at many points in our history, it has been the glue that binds us as a people. Through triumphs, heartbreaks, and unforgettable moments that have united us across political divides and social differences. My role here is simple: to bring a message of solidarity from Parliament, across the aisle, and from all those who believe in the transformative power of football. The initiative being launched here is one of the most innovative and promising we have seen in decades. And let me commend the GFA. By marrying important elements of the game with private sector financing and strategic content and monetization, we're not just uplifting clubs, we are reimagining the entire business of football in Ghana and ensuring that the gap between passion and resources is bridged. Let me also note that this is a model that respects sustainability, not dependency. So let me assure you that Parliament is with you. We will not hesitate to legislate to support you if you need us. We believe that when football thrives, communities grow, youth are empowered, and national pride is reinforced. Congratulations once again to the GFA, to APL, to the Minister for Sports and Recreation, and all stakeholders. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, the Majority Leader. Please, let's put hands together one more time. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is the officer in charge of sports. Indeed, he is at the helm. Before he was youth and sports, now he's sports and recreation, so he's got a lot to tell us. Shall we please put our hands together as we welcome the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams.
Thank you very much. Indeed, after listening to the president of FA and my very respectable and hardworking majority leader, who I consult 24/7, somebody will ask, what time has he to sleep? Because you all remember when His Excellency the President was swearing us in, he indicated he didn't envy my job at all. But whilst he was saying so, I knew I had a lot of people I would depend on to make the work easier. And Honorable Mahama Ayariga was one and has been one and remains one. Indeed, I should be saying this at the end of my statement, but it's always good to say it at the start. The Chief of Staff has ably and seriously supported me beyond what can be said in this room. I should say I'm one of the luckiest sports ministers for having him as my Chief of Staff. I will stand on the existing protocol so I don't take so much of our time. I associate with all the names and the recognitions that have been done earlier by the earlier speakers. So I will just go straight and read a very short statement, as we say in Parliament, but sometimes the person speaks for several hours and he says with these short words. But I'll make it very short. So, the Chief of Staff, the Majority Leader, and all protocols duly observed, it is with great pride and honor that I join you for this historic moment in Ghanaian football. Today's event reflects vision, opportunity, and collaboration. The very principles that guide my ministry's new approach to sports development. This is not only the unveiling of a new process, but the beginning of a new era for football in our country. Thank you. When I assumed this portfolio, I made a clear commitment that we must evolve beyond government-dependent models of funding and begin to leverage on the strength of the private sector to grow our sporting institutions, football included. Because this was not just my thought, that was and remains the vision of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. The presence of the Chief of Staff here this morning is a testament to the commitment and the continuous support that His Excellency, the President, his government, and all of us gives to sports. Ladies and gentlemen, as Minister for Sports and Recreation, I've always believed that Ghana possesses not only the talent for the potential, but we have everything to transform sports into a sustainable and lucrative industry. What we are launching today is not just a media production contract, as some may call it, but it is a strategic re-engineering of how football is financed, structured, and marketed in Ghana. This aligns with our broader strategy to leverage private sector investment to transform sports, especially football, which remains, and we all know, our national passion. I've heard some tell me, you can do well in every sport, but make sure that we qualify for the World Cup also. If we don't, you are in trouble. It tells you what football does in our homes. By what we are doing today, we are telling them we are not only going to work hard to qualify for the World Cup, but we are going to make sure that our leagues become competitive and attractive. It is also consistent with our national sports policy, positioning sports as a catalyst for economic development, youth employment, and international branding. Ladies and gentlemen, for far too long, our football clubs have operated on shoestring budgets, relying heavily on limited government subvention and occasional sponsorship. This has often meant compromise of what? Standards. They don't work to standards. Dwindling enthusiasm and a mass exodus of our finest talent to foreign leagues. Indeed, we just returned from Morocco. And one interesting thing I observed, some of the teams we came against had 6 or more players, all playing in one club in their various countries. So they have played together, they understand each other. It wasn't only the camping period that they had opportunity to play together. But because our league system is not that strong, you have to pick players from individual clubs. And so if you don't get enough time to put them together, it becomes a challenging situation for you. And I know this partnership we launched today is also aimed at solving these problems. So our national teams will have players playing together. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just imagine a league where every club begins the season with operational funds, as has been announced by the president. I know it's going to do a lot of changes for you. It's a great game changer. Now you are starting the league and you have something to start with. So those of you who were afraid of signing some players and what have you, you now know what will happen. And so you can begin to do the do. And not from hands out, as I said earlier, but through a new model of production, marketing, and revenue generation rooted in professional content delivery. This is no longer a dream. With the GFA and Adisa Production Limited leading the charge, it is a reality we are embracing. So it is no more a dream. Anyone who thinks he or she is still dreaming, no, wake up. It's a reality. It's going to happen. Alongside this, I am pleased to announce that government, through the ministry, is also working to establish a sports development fund that will back this initiative, that will bring about further infrastructural development. And when we say we mean business and we want to make sports and football for that matter as the engine for development, the government means business. My ministry remains fully committed to providing the enabling environment for this initiative to succeed. We will continue with the infrastructure development, support marketing, and diplomatic efforts to attract international partners and work with Parliament and Cabinet to ensure long-term policy alignment. We are going to do that. And I know the Honorable Chief of Staff will have a lot to tell you, and it will show government's commitment that if you support sports, there will be other benefits that will come your way. What excites me the most, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is not about only the elite teams. The new plan ensures prize money for every league position. So the president have said it, and I'm happy that that is how it's going to be. Not only for those who win, but everybody who participates will have something. And for me, like in his message, it's a clear signal that every club matters, every match counts, and every effort will be rewarded. With this, clubs can plan long-term, attract talent, and invest in what? Infrastructure such as medical facilities, improve stadium seating, and fan experience enhancements. You realize we did a few. When we had the President's Cup, we have to introduce something to have fan engagement. And His Excellency, the President himself at a point, have to shake his leg and make a move to the occasion. We want more of this happening at our league centers. But let us also be clear. The responsibility for transforming the Premier League does not rest with GFA and Adisa Production alone. Each stakeholder has a role to play. Clubs must take brand management seriously. In today's football economy, a club is more than a team. It is a business. Invest in marketing, publicity, and community engagement. It's no longer an option. You must do it if you really want to succeed as clubs. And so take that seriously. It is also essential, ladies and gentlemen, to, as a matter of urgency, take seriously your home-based supports and don't disappoint them. We must also prioritize consistency in our players. The days where we just keep them for one season and the next moment they are going should not be the case anymore. Fans often go to the stadiums not only to support clubs, and we have come to realize this, but to watch the stars who inspire them. In years past, before the great rivalry of what? Ronaldo and Messi captured the world, you knew, and I knew, and I still remember very well, Ghanaian football was electrified by the rivalry between the likes of what? Charles Taylor and what? Bernard Dombotti. We have had this before, so we can engineer it again. Today, you only hear of the Messis and then the rest, but we will create our own situation. And I say thank you to the GFA and Adisa Production for accepting to have this partnership. This model will not be left to chance. We will actively monitor the implementation and offer regulatory support where needed. I am also pleased that this launch reflects the government of Ghana's sports strategy. One that recognizes public-private partnership as the backbone of sustainable sports funding. Ladies and gentlemen, to the GFA once again and the APL, I truly commend your bold vision to our clubs. To our clubs, I urge you to rise to the challenge, and to the corporate Ghana especially, I extend an invitation to partner with us on this journey. Investing in Ghanaian football is no longer a gamble. It is a calculated opportunity backed by structure, strategy, and the support of the state. The presence of the Chief of Staff here testifies to that. Let us make this work. And it will work too. It must work for the youth. It must work for the elderly. It must work for the women. And it must work for everybody. We can make it work. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama believes in sports, and he believes in recreation also. And I dare say that the Chief of Recreation himself, the Chief of Staff, is here. He doesn't joke with his health activities at all. And he has been one person who has pushed me that the other part of your ministry, the realignment, there's recreation and wellness bit. You must make sure it is what? Brought out. And for those of you who have been following, you see him mostly every weekend get involved. Very soon, we will invite you to launch that one also, so that NCDs will be reduced. I thank you so much, and God bless us all. Let's make this work. Thank you.
This is our own. Let's cherish our own.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for the Sports and Recreation Minister, Honorable Kofi Idi Adams. Let me acknowledge the presence of our partners, the Ghana Tourism Authority. I'm here. I'm told you have representatives here. Please give us a wave wherever you are. Ghana Tourism Authority. That's the Deputy CEO in charge of planning. Thank you very much, Mr. Isian, for coming. Well, at this point, our special guest will speak to us. I like the way the Sports and Recreation Minister described him. He says he's the Director of Recreation. Indeed, he was once the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority. He's worked in various capacities, from Minister in the Eastern region, and then later to Greater Accra, Minister of Agric as well, Minister of Local Government, and regional integration under the first era of President John Mahama. Today, he is serving his second term as the Chief of Staff. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor to invite Honorable Julius Deborah.
Thank you. That was very electrifying, huh? Thank you very much. We've heard that football is business. And I used to think that could it be just the money that are paid to the players or the entrance fees? Until a few years back, I had the opportunity to visit Spain. And then we were taking a tour in Barcelona. And then the tour guy said, please, you can't come to Barcelona without going to the Spotify Camp Nou, which is the stadium for Barcelona FC. As I was stadium, they make a head there. And then the guy took us there. And to our surprise, to even enter, you have to pay. To go and look at the various cups the team has won, you pay. To go look into their changing room, you pay. And above all, if you want to walk on the turf, you pay. They put it all together, and then you pay for the entrance fee. I said, wow. And if you see the buses of tourists from Monday to Friday entering the stadium, I said, but that money alone can give the players a lot of money. Anyway, so while seated, I was wondering, and Kurt, I throw this challenge to you. We'll definitely support you, so take it up. How about we having what we probably would call the Ghana Football Hall of Fame or Ghana Football Museum? Because we have mysterious stories like there was a gentleman known as Infum who could kick a shot to torn net. What if you go look for the remnants of the torn net to be displayed and say, go to the Ghana Football Museum and see the net, the remnant of the net that Infum damaged? We've also heard stories about a goalkeeper known as Robert Mensah, and he had been described as being so skillful like a cat. And amazingly, he used to have a cooling high cap that throughout 90 minutes, he would still have the cap on and the cap would not fall. And they used to say it's juju or some mystical thing. How about Kurt, you going to look for that mystical cooling high from his family and say, come to the museum and take a look at Robert Mensah's cooling high. We heard a story about the dribbling wizard, Mohamed Polo, who could dribble from pole 1 to pole 2 without anybody stopping him. I'm sure when we go to him and they will say, can you give us some of the equipment you use, the apparels, your jersey, your football? We want to display it, that this was the boot the man used to dribble all the players to score some goals. So take it up. We'll look for the corporate organizations to back you up. And I'm sure we can get many corporate organizations to come and support. We can do same for Tornado, we can do same for Abedi, and it will be beautiful as a sports nation to have this. I like the resetting aspect of Kurt's speech. You just have to believe in whatever you do. He said that the old model has come to an end, and that they are resetting, whereby each club will be giving 1 million cedis at the beginning of the tournament. That's correct? So resetting is good. Sometimes shift from the old way of doing things and try new things. It will work. The majority leader, the Minister for Sports and Recreation, the GFA President, Kurt, distinguished guests, partners, members of the football fraternity, the fans of Ghanaian football, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to deliver these remarks on behalf of the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a man who has not only supported sports from the grassroots to international level, but who has also laid down a clear vision that sports must become a pillar of our national development. The President has always believed that sports, and especially football, represent a unique and powerful tool for national development. It drives youth engagement, unites communities, and opens up global pathways for our talent. The initiative we are launching today is a direct reflection of that vision. It stems directly from directives to reposition sports, not merely as an expenditure item, but as a viable growth sector. The President is fully committed to the development of sports in Ghana, not just as recreation, but as an engine of economic growth, youth employment, and national unity. This new model, founded on a cabinet directive, introduces a bold new approach to football, one where quality content, strategic investment, and private-public collaboration form the foundation for success. Let me be clear, this is not just about football. It is about creating wealth from sports, changing the narrative from one struggle and sacrifice to one of innovation and opportunity. It is an initiative that will represent a game-changing investment meant to encourage professionalism, enhance competitiveness, and inspire ambition. The President's expectation is that this model will ignite transformation. He has directed that ministries, departments, and agencies align their activities to support this process. And he has further committed reviewing its implementation periodically to ensure that its promise translates into real and measurable success. But government cannot do this alone. The call today is to the private sector. Please step forward and partner with us. Ghanaian football is ready for your investment, and now, more than ever, there is a structured, transparent system to ensure your partnership yields value for both your brand and our nation. To the GFA, to Adesa Productions Limited, and to all clubs, we thank you for your boldness. The journey will not be without the challenges, but with commitment, transparency, and shared purpose, we will elevate Ghanaian football to unprecedented heights. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter written not with complaints, but with collaboration, not with problems, but with possibilities. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Chief of Staff. Just as you were delivering your speech, the gentlemen from the Ghana Tourism Authority have started lobbying me. They just sent a message and said, Charlie, we have to start a museum. Quick. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah. We are just about wrapping up. So we know what is at stake as regards this particular partnership. Next, I will call on Hilary Andor to help us with the vote of thanks. Let's put our hands together for it.
The Chief of Staff, the Majority Leader, Honorable Minister for Sports and Recreation, Chief Director, Sports and Recreation, GFA President, members of the football fraternity, fans of Ghanaian football, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organizing team and all stakeholders present, it is with immense gratitude that I deliver this vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. Today marks not just a new chapter in Ghanaian football, it marks the beginning of a visionary transformation rooted in innovation, partnership, and national pride. We are deeply honored by the presence and support of the Office of the President, represented ably by the Chief of Staff, whose remarks powerfully underscored the President's commitment to sports as a pillar of national development. To the Majority Leader and members of Parliament, thank you for your firm expression of solidarity. Your assurance of legislative support, if need be, affirms the central role football plays in our national identity and progress. To the Minister for Sports and Recreation, your leadership has been instrumental in shaping a strategy that embraces private sector collaboration while championing sustainability and opportunity. We are grateful for your vision. A heartfelt thanks to the GFA President and his team for daring to dream differently, for boldly stepping forward with a model that turns our passion into a viable economic enterprise. Your tireless efforts have brought us to this historic juncture. To Adisa Productions Limited, thank you for bringing the spotlight to Ghanaian football, literally and figuratively. Your commitment to world-class production will not only elevate our league, but will tell our football story with pride and precision. To all clubs, corporate partners, media, fans, and everyone who believes in the power of football to unite, inspire, and transform, thank you. This is just the beginning. Let us carry forward this momentum with unity, transparency, and purpose. Together, let us make the Ghana Premier League not only the pride of Ghana, but the pride of Africa. Thank you, and God bless us all.
APL, Adisa Production. Banoba Wokea. Thank you so much, Ghana Supporters Union. Well, so that was Hilary Andor with the vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the session. Let me say a special thank you to the gentlemen in black, the gentlemen who are behind the production and coverage of this particular event at Adisa Productions Limited. We are truly grateful for this amazing production. Let me also say thank you to our special guest, Chief of Staff. We are grateful. Honorable Minister for Sports and Recreation, we are grateful. Honorable Majority Leader, thank you for your presence. Our invited guest, we are truly, truly grateful. So out there is refreshment for our invited guests, so that will be it. But from today, we have a partnership, the Ghana Football Association and APL. We are growing stronger and stronger. We are grateful for your company. Enjoy your Thursday afternoon and stay blessed. The dignitaries will take a photograph here and then we will go out. Thank you. Thanks for your company. Bye-bye.
Jimmy. One more time. Jimmy so. I didn't hear your voice. Chief of Staff of our Republic, the Majority Leader, Honorable Minister for our sector, Vice President of the Football Association, my ESCO members here and present, distinguished guests, partners from the private sector here and present, my CEOs, GMs representing our 18 Premier League clubs, my clubs from the Division 1 League here and present, Women Premier League clubs being represented here by their CEOs and GMs, my brothers and sisters from the media, the ever-present, ever-supportive Ghana Supporters Union, following all the laid down protocols, in case I didn't mention your name, my RFA chairman, I would have been dead today. It is indeed an incredible honor to stand before you today as we usher in what we all believe will be remembered as a defining chapter in the history of the Ghanaian game. One anchored in sustainability, innovation, and partnership. For many years, we have celebrated the talent, the passion, the skill, and sheer resilience of our footballers, who are well represented here by our two notable legends, ex-captain Stephen Tonado Apia and Emmanuel Ama Senegal. Indeed, from the dusty pitches in Nima and Bolgatanga to the bright lights of the Accra and the Babaya Sports Stadium, the heart of Ghanaian football has always been people, the players, the fans, the coaches, the communities that breathe life into the sport, and the young men we say every day gathering together for a game of football in open space areas. For many years, we have been confronted with real challenges: financial instability, poor infrastructure, and our inability to retain or attract talents. Chief of Staff, in summary, the passion we have all for football has not been matched with systems and support needed to allow our clubs to thrive. We have quite honestly relied on an outdated model, one where the Ghana Football Association distributes modest funds, and the clubs are expected to make do, find their way, and sometimes struggle to finish the line. That model ends today. That model ends today. Today, we are here unveiling a new framework a new business model, a new vision. We are rolling out a process that places premium on what our players want and what you need. For the first time, we are building a structure where our game does not only entertain, but also pays for itself, sustains the clubs, and builds wealth for all our stakeholders. Hashtag igniting passion and creating wealth for all. What does this mean? It means our matches will no longer be games. There will be high-value content capable of being marketed, broadcast, and monetized to support the long growth of our clubs. Through this initiative and in partnership with Adisa Productions Limited, the private sector, and with the full backing of the current government, we aim to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. I didn't see my clubs clapping. I said, I didn't see my clubs. As part of our new approach, and through this unique partnership with Adisa Productions, each one of our GPL clubs will, before the start of the league season, receive the amount of 1 million Ghana cedis each. Please, some silence. Where are my clubs? Okay. So, I will repeat what I said in case Eyo Dayeson. I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you would receive 1 million Ghana cedis. And this will be made possible through the new partnership. This will be our minimum payment for each of our GPL clubs under this new model. So what that means is that this will be the minimum. This is not a grant. This is not a number. It is the firm commitment by the Football Association, by Adisa Productions, and by the government, represented here by our Chief of Staff, to ensure that Ghana football becomes what it's supposed to be. Can we clap for the party, please? Lawyer Barbados, I can see you smiling. Indeed, it is an investment. It is a commitment to club transformation. It is a commitment in visibility. And it is a commitment in the business of football. It is the difference between delayed salaries and timely payments. It is a game-changing moment for our football. Furthermore, here is something we are very excited about. We are working on a price structure that rewards every club based on your league position at the end of the season, and not just the champions. Whether you place first or you are 18th at the end of the league season, your effort, your performance, your participation will yield financial benefit. For every game will now matter in our JPL. Every position will count. Igniting passion, creating wealth for all of you. Indeed, this new model brings meaning to every JPL game. It keeps the competitive spirit alive throughout the season. This is a system rooted in merit, but also in equity. What we have done is, we are no longer asking clubs to simply survive. We are creating an environment where you can compete, where you can grow, and where each one of you can flourish. One where clubs can not only rely or retain their best players, but even attract new ones from beyond our borders. The talent of Ghanaian players is indeed undisputed. Why should Ghanaian footballers have to leave to be appreciated? Why? When we can make this league a destination in itself. Now is the time. It is now or never. We may not be able to match the multi-million-dollar deals offered by external clubs, but we can make our clubs so attractive that our players will face a difficult decision when faced with the prospect of leaving Ghana. As many of you know, I have been hands-on, visiting the regions and our clubs to know you and to know your challenges, so we can direct our efforts to where your needs are greatest. I know that many times some face unimaginable choices. For example, whether to buy new shoes for the team or saving some to rent a comfortable bus for our games. That is the reality for many of our clubs in the JPL. But today, we take a stand to say, never again, no more. We are changing that narrative through this partnership today. We have listened to your concerns, and this initiative is our direct response to those voices that have been crying out for that change through the kind courtesy of the government and Adesa Productions and your own Ghana Football Association. I think that we have been waiting for this moment, but this moment is here with us. We are pursuing this bold partnership strategy, and indeed, it is one that brings government, private investors, and production professionals to collectively support our game. I am excited not only about our today, but about our collective tomorrow. We have come this far because of the belief and trust we have found in our new partner, Adesa Productions, because of the avowed commitment, energy, and passion of our new sector minister, because of the vision, the energy, the push that we have received from the majority leader in Parliament, Honorable Ayariga. Thank you. Can we give to this gentleman, please? Meso, meso me frewa, meso. One more time. Meso, meso me frewa, meso. The last thank you. Chief of Staff. On behalf of my clubs, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your avowed commitment to support the promotion and development of the Ghanaian game, football. Yadawasi. I said thank you, Banamibwa. I said the last thank you, Banamibwa. Another thank you to my clubs. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for believing in the leadership. Thank you for trusting that together we can build the Ghanaian game. Akbe. I will not leave this podium without saying thank you to my ESCO, my board, Madam Wasi, for all the support and for accepting this new way. Because usually, change is not acceptable. Change is difficult. But they've opened up, they have listened, they have supported, and today we are here. Thank you. To everybody who's believed in my leadership and in the leadership of the FA, my staff, led by the General Secretary, and everybody, thank you. Now, my last thank you goes to the father of our country, President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President, wherever you are, we say Mungodi, Nagodi. You promised to support football. Today, perhaps, gives weight to that promised support. We are grateful for delivering on your promise, and we are grateful for your avowed commitment to support my leadership, the leadership of the FA, all the way. You believe in using football to bring happiness to Ghanaians, and you are showing that leadership through this joint venture. Mungodi. Okay, so on that note, the hour is here. The time is now. It is time to change. We're inviting corporate Ghana to come on board to support this venture. Football is the best vehicle you can ever dream about. When football is done well, our lives are well, and we live well. And we need every resources to develop the game from the woods of Ghana to give life and livelihood to young boys and girls who would not normally have such amazing opportunities. On that note, right from the bottom of my heart, I thank all of you for coming. May the Almighty God bless us and keep us safely on this new pathway. Thank you.